And they're actually one of the known man-eaters, so they get large enough to be able to eat a human. And this is our fly river turtle. His name is Hubert. So this is our over 3-foot electric eel. His name's Tesla. And these guys can be a very dangerous fish, so you always have to be careful. That's why I have, you know, rubber gloves up here to where if you're sticking your hand in the tank, you got to get something out the bottom. So, you know, with dealing with something of this caliber, you always want to make sure you take safety first. You don't want to ever, you know, stick your hand in there and have him brush up against you. He'll end up lighting you up like no tomorrow. At 6 foot, these guys can produce over 600 volts. They'll be able to stop the human heart. So, you know, that's a very dangerous fish. Always keep the lids closed, and once they get a little bit bigger, you might even want to keep weights on the lids so they don't jump up and out. So right over here, this is our filtration box. So on top up here, we have a 9 sock table. Each one is a 100 micron sock, and that is basically our first defense for the mechanical filtration. And then it's sitting on top of a 800-gallon settling chamber, so that'll settle out more of the finer particulates in the water. And then all these plants are pothos, and they're actually rooted in the water, so that's doing a bit of filtration there, eating out some of the nitrates in your water, cutting down on our water bill. Then it'll come out of the settling chamber and go through our bio chambers here. And this is nothing but bio balls. We decided to go with a trickle style filter here, and we've been running this for years. And
okay, so hang on. So from all the main tanks, everything goes into this filter socks.
Correct.
Right? Okay, and then from the filter socks, it goes to this part where you have a bunch of plants over there.
Yep.
And then do you use like gravity or use pump to pump the water?
All of this is, majority of it's gravity fed out of the overflows of the tank to the sock filter. Gravity takes it through the socks and then through the settling chamber. The plants are then rooted in the top of the settling chamber. And then we've got a 3-inch discharge pipe there. And it's basically just gravity fed over to the top of the bio filters here. And then gravity takes it through the trickle filter and then back to our reservoir, which we're actually using to hold some stingrays right now.
So this is basically your clean water?
Yes. I don't know if you watched the videos or not, but Kevin from Stingray Biology, they're moving to New York.
Yeah.
So we took in a lot of their stingrays. So I took all of mine and shoved them basically in my sump, and now all of theirs are in the monster pond outside, which we'll show you in just a bit.
Hang on, I'm missing something, bro. I mean, like here, you have this, and then this is your clean water tank, and you gotta pump the water through all the tanks, correct?
Correct.
But I don't see any pumps.
Okay, so do you see over there that there's a black bulkhead on the bottom there, and there's a 2-inch black bulkhead right down here?
Yes.
So off that side, it runs to the wall. Underneath the Bellagio aquarium is a big external pump. We use reflow pumps, and that pumps those 2 tanks. Back here, we've got all our pumps and whatnot behind that tank. So all the magic happens with this gold hammerhead right here, and this pumps up to the 4,400 and the 1,000 gallon. So that gets about 12,000 gallons per hour passing through. And then everything returns back to here. Everything pumps out of here, except for the aquariums that I will talk about in just a moment.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and start with this one over here. This is the 2,200 gallon. This is 16 foot long, 6 foot wide, and 3 foot tall. This is home to a majority of our color morph fish.
Wow,
so you got things like albino alligator gar, you've got xanthic short body alligator gar, platinum red tails. And then of course you've got gouramis. You've got to give love to some of your more common fish. The Pangasius, of course. Even got Oscars. There's a platinum arowana that's swimming by up top over there. And then we've got albino gibiceps plecos as well.
Bro, I have a question, sorry. Won't this Oscar get attacked by the gar?
So yes, it is entirely possible. Actually, if you look at this small Pangasius right there, you see he's kind of tattered and beaten up because he got attacked by the gar. This is a 650-gallon dog bone aquarium. This is a fly river turtle, which you guys probably have a lot of over there, and they're not really, thought of as much. But over here, this guy would sell for about $2,500. And this is our fly river turtle. His name is Hubert. So he always beats himself up just a tad bit, and then he'll calm down, and I can let the little kids, pet him and.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's peeing a little bit.
Dude, what is this? So huge.
So this right
is
here.
Is that a common pleco?
This might be a world record. We had a contest here in the United States of who had the world's largest pleco. And this is an Adonis. And we actually took him out of the water and measured him. Rod from Predatory Fins thought that he had a larger pleco. He measured his at 32 inches. We got ours out, and he was close to 36.
Wow, 36.
And that's not including the streamers off the tail. That's just tip of the fin to the tip of the nose.
Well, I mean, like, to be honest, guys, this video doesn't do justice on how big this pleco is.
No, it does not.
Seriously.
If he did not have, hellacious spikes all over him, I would pull him out of the water for you. So before we get to those catfish, you can see we've got another platinum red tail over here, and then the phantom red tail as well.
Okay, dude, can I ask you something? What's the difference between platinum and phantom?
Okay.
Because it got me wondered.
So it's hard to decipher between them. There's usually a easy tell. With the platinums, you can tell they kind of have some shiny skin to them. They kind of have a shimmer. With the platinums, you can see that, like, on his gill plate, his skin is somewhat see-through. So they are what's called amelanistic. So if you know a melanistic fish, he's got all the pigment, he's black. Amelanistic means he's got no pigment whatsoever. With a platinum, you can see on his head, he's kind of got that shiny sheen to him, which that red tail does not have.
Yeah.
Your common person looking at him, that's a white catfish, that's a white catfish.
Got it. And I see Gunj catfish there.
Yes, so this is actually...
Is that from India or from Indonesia?
That is from India. These are actually one of my favorite catfishes in the whole wide world. I will never sell him, but I want to grow him up to be an absolute monster. And I'm going to show you where he's going to live in just a few moments once we walk out there.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite catfishes, if you want to get one, I tell you to do it 100%. They are awesome.
And they can get to like 7
6 foot, yeah, 6 to 7 foot. And they're actually one of the known man-eaters, so they get large enough to be able to eat a human. So I thought that was super cool.
All right.
And then right next to him is actually one of the world's other known man-eaters. This is called the Jowl Catfish.
Oh, the Jowl Catfish.
And he comes from South America. These guys can get, upwards of 6-7 foot as well. Out in the wild, probably not seen in a very long time, but there are records out there. About 8 foot or so. But these things get absolutely massive, and I'm going to try and grow him out to be an absolute monster as well. So this is the 750-gallon aquarium. It's 8 foot long, 5 foot wide, and 30 inches tall. We've got a bunch of different fish from all different parts of the world. We've got hybrid catfish, tiger shovelnose with marble cats, clown knives.
This one is a hybrid?
Yes, that is a hybrid shovelnose, a tiger shovelnose with a marble acara cat.
Okay, and I see, what is this?
This is an African lungfish. That's actually an African, and then we've got West Africans over here.
Wow, look at this guy.
Yeah.
So huge. Wow.
So, you know, most time people talk about these things are aggressive. You shouldn't keep more than one in a tank. As you can see, I've got 3 in a tank. I have no problems with them whatsoever. The only problem I had in this tank was with this lungfish right here, and he got eaten up by a catfish that I since removed. But these guys kind of just chill on the bottom of the tanks all day. When it's feeding time, they'll come out and feed, no problem. See, like this guy here, the West African, they'll max out at, you know, 4.5 to 5 foot long.
How big they are right now?
Yeah, he's about 25 inches, and then the big guy over here is about 32.
Okay.
But the pure girth on this thing, he's absolutely massive. But he's still young. He's got lots of growing to do. So we're gonna see how big we can get these guys. And then back there on the back wall, I don't know if you guys have seen him before, but that is called a Flathead Catfish. He's
Flathead Catfish.
Yep,
okay.
He's a native species here to Ohio, and they're known for being super aggressive. But you know what? Keeping these aggressive fish, there's ways you can curb, you know, their attitude and aggression. And my biggest tip for that is feeding them. You keep them with a full belly and give them lots of room. You're going to, you know, do magical things and be able to keep species together that you normally don't see. Most of the time, people are keeping these species together in a 200-gallon tank, and of course, they're getting aggravated and they're going to get nippy. This is my area, stay away. And depending on the species, you know, some just need lots of room and not a lot of tank mates, like the Goliath tigerfish. Other fish, you know, like the cichlids back there, it's better to pack them into a tank, and not one fish can, you know, take care of a whole sector and ward off all them fish. So it's better to pack them in, and you kind of curb the aggression that way. And down here we've got an Australian lungfish. So we had one some years back, and he ended up passing away in the move out here. So this was actually donated to us by a friend here in Texas, Lone Star Aquatics. And we've been growing him out. We got him in probably about 2.5, 3 inches long. And he's getting close. He's probably about 9 inches or so now. And then this right here is that puffer that caused all them troubles.
Okay. So that is the Fahaka, yeah?
Yes, that is a Fahaka.
And so Fahaka and Embu, which one is more aggressive?
The
Based on your
Fahakas
experience.
100% are more aggressive. Normally, Mabu puffers are, you know, the community puffer. You can keep them in a tank with other fish, and they don't really have problems.
So they still can tolerate some of the tank mates, yeah?
Yes. So the only thing is the Mabu that I have, it just seems to be highly aggressive towards all of her tank mates. So I just got a bad cookie. I used to have a puffer that was, you know, 3 times the size of her, and like I said, I kept her in this tank here for, you know, 5 years. Never had no problem, no nips on any of my fish.